You might think a glass of milk before bed is harmless, maybe even healthy. But what if I told you that certain types of milk could be quietly increasing your risk of stroke without any warning signs? You go to sleep feeling fine and wake up unable to speak, lift your arm, or remember your name. As a neurologist, I've seen too many cases where seniors thought they were making healthy choices, only to suffer silent, devastating brain events that take away their independence in an instant. In this video, I'll reveal 5 types of milk that could be harming your brain, especially when consumed at the wrong time, in the wrong form, or without proper medical guidance. This information could change what's in your fridge forever. Stay with me, because what you believe is protecting your health might be the very thing destroying it, one glass at a time.
Number 1. High calcium milk fortified with vitamin D. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Drink your milk, it's good for your bones. As we age, many of us double down on this advice, choosing high calcium milk fortified with vitamin D, believing it's the key to bone health and longevity. But what if the very thing you've been drinking to stay strong is actually setting you up for a stroke while you sleep? As a neurologist, I've treated countless older adults who, like many of us, thought they were doing everything right by drinking heart-healthy, calcium-rich, vitamin D-fortified milk. But for some, this seemingly harmless nightly routine turned into a silent risk. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Mr. William Harris, a 78-year-old retired firefighter. Every night, he'd drink an 8-ounce glass of high-calcium milk fortified with 1,000 IUs of vitamin D. He believed he was doing what was best for his health, until one morning his wife found him disoriented on the kitchen floor, unable to speak, with his right hand twitching and his balance completely gone. No headache, no warning signs, just a devastating stroke. Blood tests showed dangerously high calcium levels and hardened arteries. The culprit? Too much calcium combined with nighttime vitamin D intake. Vitamin D boosts calcium absorption, and when you get too much, your body doesn't know where to put the extra calcium. It ends up in your arteries, causing them to stiffen, narrow, and become brittle. This process, especially at night when blood pressure tends to spike, creates the perfect storm for a stroke. Many seniors mistakenly believe high calcium fortified milk is essential for their health, but this combination can do more harm than good, especially when consumed in excess. And the worst part? The symptoms of high calcium and early vascular damage are subtle. Dizziness, confusion, and memory fog, which many older adults dismiss as just part of aging. But by the time a major stroke hits, the damage is already done. If you're drinking milk like this regularly and taking calcium supplements, you may unknowingly be risking your brain's health every single night. Is it worth it? At what cost are you protecting your bones only to risk your brain? Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. There are more surprising dangers ahead. Number 2. Low-fat milk with added phosphates. For years, low-fat milk has been marketed as the heart-healthy, waistline-friendly choice, often praised for being easier to digest and lower in fat. It's a common recommendation for older adults seeking to improve their heart health, but there's something dangerous hiding inside many cartons of low-fat milk. Phosphate additives. Phosphates are added to low-fat milk to improve texture and extend shelf life. But what most people don't realize is that these additives can silently harm your brain, especially if you're over 65. Let me tell you about Mrs. Irene Schultz, a 74-year-old retired school teacher from Ohio. She switched to low-fat milk a few years ago, believing it was the best option for her heart. Every morning, she'd pour herself an 8-ounce glass to go with her cereal.
But after a few years, Irene began experiencing symptoms: morning dizziness, shaking hands, and worsening memory fog. Her blood pressure was fluctuating wildly, and she felt unsteady on her feet. When her son brought her in for an appointment, we discovered something alarming. Her blood tests showed that her kidneys were struggling, her blood vessels were stiffening, and her brain scans revealed reduced blood flow, signs of early vascular damage. The culprit? Phosphate toxicity. Inorganic phosphates, commonly found in processed milk, are absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream. In seniors with already declining kidney function, these phosphates build up in the body, accelerating vascular calcification. The result? Damaged arteries, increased stroke risk, and cognitive decline that sneaks up slowly until it's too late. Mrs. Schultz was fortunate to catch it early, but the damage was irreversible. She had to stop drinking the low-fat milk and switched to whole food sources of calcium and protein. Unfortunately, her short-term memory didn't fully recover, and she lost some of her independence. If you're reaching for low-fat milk, check the label carefully. Many varieties contain phosphate additives, and they could be doing more harm than good. If you have high blood pressure, kidney issues, or a history of heart disease, this milk may be silently harming your vascular health and brain. Don't fall for the label. Ask your doctor if low-fat milk is really the safest option for you.
Number 3. Soy milk with estrogen boosters. Soy milk has long been a popular choice for seniors seeking a plant-based, heart-friendly alternative to dairy. It's marketed as a hormone-balancing, memory-supporting option, especially for women in their post-menopausal years. But what most people don't realize is that the soy milk they're drinking may contain excess estrogen-like compounds, which can have dangerous effects on aging brains and blood vessels. Take Mrs. Gloria Benson, a 69-year-old retired music teacher from Oregon. She switched to soy milk 5 years ago after reading that it could help with menopause symptoms and support memory. She drank it every day, sometimes twice a day, always opting for the Estrobalance or menopause support varieties, which were fortified with isoflavones, natural compounds in soy that mimic estrogen in the body. At first, Gloria felt fine, but over time, she began to experience memory fog, dizziness, and migraines. Eventually, she had trouble with her speech. One morning, she stood in the kitchen, unable to find her balance, and her husband rushed her to the ER. Although she didn't have a full stroke, her brain scans showed signs of vascular stress, an issue exacerbated by the soy milk. Here's what was happening. The isoflavones in soy, especially when fortified, act like weak estrogens in the body. In younger women, this may not cause issues, but in older adults, particularly those with fragile blood vessels, it can disrupt blood flow and increase inflammation. Over time, this can contribute to microstrokes and cognitive decline, as Gloria unfortunately experienced. Many soy milk products don't clearly label the isoflavone content, and even without added fortification, soy itself contains compounds that can negatively impact older adults. If you're over 60 and drinking soy milk to balance your hormones or support your memory, I urge you to pause and reconsider. These compounds might be doing more harm than good.
Number 4. Milk with added sugar or artificially flavored milk. May seem like a harmless treat, but for seniors, this could be setting the stage for cognitive decline, mood swings, and even silent strokes.
Let me share the story of Mr. Clarence Doyle, a 72-year-old retired Vietnam veteran from Nevada. Clarence switched to flavored oat milk, believing it was a healthy alternative to dairy. He drank it daily, often mixing it into smoothies or adding it to his evening tea. But after a while, he began feeling foggy in the mornings and confused by the afternoon. His wife told me that he would often forget why he was getting up, only to wander the house aimlessly. One morning, Clarence collapsed and was rushed to the ER. Although it wasn't a full stroke, his brain scans revealed early signs of vascular inflammation and blood sugar-related stress, especially in the areas of his brain responsible for balance and memory. Here's the problem. Even low-sugar flavored milks contain hidden sugars or artificial sweeteners that can cause blood sugar spikes. These spikes lead to insulin swings, chronic inflammation, and stress on blood vessels feeding the brain. For older adults, especially those with slower metabolisms and aging microvessels, this sugar shock can be a silent killer, leading to cognitive decline, dizziness, and eventually strokes. What seems like a harmless drink may be feeding your brain confusion and destabilizing your blood sugar, slowly contributing to brain fog and memory lapses. If you're consuming sweetened milk or artificially flavored milk, take another look at the label. For seniors, there's no such thing as a harmless sugar trick.
Number 5. Powdered milk formulas for seniors without doctor supervision. Finally, let's talk about powdered milk formulas for seniors, often marketed as brain-supporting or complete nutrition products. These powdered supplements are sold in bright, colorful cans, promising strength, energy, and even longer life. But what most older adults don't realize is that these products are not one-size-fits-all, and when consumed without medical supervision, they can harm your brain. I remember Mrs. Linda Mayfield, a 76-year-old widow from Colorado, who came to me after months of dizziness, ringing in her ears, and memory fog. She'd been drinking a senior health shake every morning, believing it was a healthy breakfast alternative. But when we ran her tests, we found her calcium, vitamin D, and B6 levels were dangerously high, and her blood pressure spiked immediately after drinking the shake. A brain scan showed early signs of vascular inflammation. These powdered milk supplements are often overloaded with mega doses of fat-soluble vitamins like A and D, which can accumulate in your body and overload your brain. They also frequently contain excess B6, which can cause nerve damage over time. Without proper guidance, seniors are at risk of overdosing on these nutrients, leading to cognitive decline and vascular damage. It's heartbreaking because Linda wasn't reckless. She was trying to protect her brain and maintain her independence. But the constant exposure to these megadoses led to the very problem she was trying to avoid. If you rely on these powders, please consult your doctor. Your brain needs precision, not excessive doses.
What to eat and drink instead to protect your brain? So, what can you do instead? The answer is simpler than you think. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods that nourish your brain. Real foods like eggs, avocado, whole grains, and blueberries provide the nutrients your brain needs without the risk of overdosing on supplements or additives. Take Mrs. Carol Lyman, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Pennsylvania who was struggling with memory issues and fatigue. After ditching the processed powders and focusing on real, nutrient-dense meals, she felt a dramatic improvement. Her dizziness stopped, her memory became sharper, and she regained her energy. By eating whole foods like eggs, rich in choline, avocados, packed with healthy fats, and blueberries, full of antioxidants, you can support brain health without relying on pills or powders. Start your day with a balanced breakfast of these real foods, and within a few weeks, you'll feel a difference. Your brain deserves the best, and the best isn't in a bottle. It's in the foods that have nourished generations before us. So make sure you're feeding your brain the right way.
Conclusion and call to action. By now, you've likely realized that habits you might have thought were harmless, like drinking certain types of milk or using certain supplements, could be quietly harming your brain and overall health. The key takeaway here is to stay vigilant. Always check product labels carefully, and most importantly, listen to your body. What seems like a safe choice today could be a hidden risk to your brain tomorrow. If you found this video helpful and want more health insights to protect your brain and overall well-being, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Share this with your loved ones, because knowledge is the best tool we have to safeguard our health and lives. Wishing you all the best in your journey toward better health, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.